Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again. And just a quick tech video here. I wanted to share my thoughts on Android 10. Now I've been using it on this Pixel 3a XL that I purchased for the sole purpose of checking out Android 10, and let's get it out of this case. But before I do that, shout out to Rhinoshield. They make some awesome cases. They are my case partner, and you see they have a really great selection of cases here for the Pixel 3a XL, for the upcoming iPhones, any of the upcoming Android releases as well. So go check out my promo code there in the description, and you can get 10% off any of their awesome cases you see right there. So shout out to Rhinoshield. Thanks so much for your support. Anyway, let's continue here with the Pixel 3a XL on Android 10. I just want to share some thoughts of my favorite features of Android 10. So let's share my 5 favorite features right here. The first one has got to be the gesture navigation. Now, as you know, Android originally had the 3 buttons on the bottom, and then in the kind of latest Pixel phones, they moved to the pill-shaped navigation. Well, now they're doing something completely different. Let me see if I can, here we go, system navigation. So originally we had the 3-button navigation. This was very standard for all Android phones. You would just use the recents, you'd go back, and you'd have the home button. Well, then we switched in the previous version of Android 9 Pie, to this kind of 2-button navigation. That was one of the things that I felt was kind of half-baked to the usage of Pixel phones and stock Android phones. So you kind of move up like this, and then you also have the back button here, but it just wasn't the most intuitive interface. Well, now we got the gesture navigation, and this is by far the closest thing I would think to now the navigation we see on like the OnePlus phones or on kind of other Android OEMs. This gesture navigation is still a work in progress. There's still a few things they can do to make it better, but as you can see now, you can kind of hold to go up to the recent apps. You can also swipe up to go home, go from home, and lift up, and you can get to that app tray still. So let me show you guys that once again. There you go. You can go back to the app tray. So it's gotten better, and the one thing I do like is this kind of navigation. Now, it is a bit more restricted on kind of the left to right there. If you do this on a OnePlus phone, you'll see that it's far more fluid. So it's a bit more restricted when you're doing that, and kind of when you're picking up from home screen to go back to recents is a bit strange too. But one of the gestures I really like is this one right here, which is going between apps. Let's go back to it there, swiping through apps, just at the bottom. And I do like now that it is kind of this very flat little pill at the bottom, which shows you that you are in that gesture navigation when you're in it. But once you go home, it goes away. So I do like the very subtle nature of Android 10 gestures. They're definitely a step in the right direction. But let's go now to my second favorite feature. And this one I am loving. And I know other Android phones have had this in the past. But there it is, dark theme. And boom, we go right into dark theme now. And this is pretty much dark theme throughout the entire UI of this phone. So if we go to settings, you see it there. It looks really nice, and it really goes well with these stock settings icons. But you can tell right there, dark theme is on. Now, the one thing I do wish you could do is actually to schedule it. So you can schedule nightlight, for example. That will kind of turn the screen to that kind of more yellowish color to remove the blue light filters. It's essentially a blue light filter, but dark theme is just on and off. And I do wish there was a way you could kind of schedule that, but still nice to be able to toggle that, and you can essentially add that toggle directly here to those settings. So that is one other thing I really do enjoy about this Android 10 release. So the third feature that I've been toying around with and I really enjoy is wind down. And so wind down basically sets a sleep schedule. You can actually do that right here. Let me show you. And you can start relaxing eyes. You can get a bedtime reminder, avoid interruptions, get a good night's sleep. And so essentially wind down, it really combines nightlight, do not disturb, and grayscale into like a wind down settings that you can toggle pretty much for any day of the week. And so looking here from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can actually toggle which days you want to use. So let's say Monday, I actually got to go to work, but then Tuesdays I do work from home. Thursdays I work from home. So let's just say I could stay later those nights. So I actually would want to do something more like that. And I don't want to wind down so early, but for the other days when I do go to work, I do want to wind down. And Friday, obviously, I'm not going to wind down on Friday, so it can turn off the weekend there. But it's just a nice thing, and it's something cool that you're able to utilize all of these different, I guess, accessibility or kind of activity related well-being features, from grayscale to that night light blue light filter to do not disturb, to be able to do that. That is one positive thing. One other thing I've noticed is that there is this thing called smart notifications. So you're essentially able to respond, and the way it should work is, well, smart reply it's actually called, is you should be able to, once you get a, let's say a message from someone and it says, oh, you are are you going to meet tonight at that restaurant, it may pull up a Google Maps toggle to give you the directions directly to that restaurant. And it gives you other kind of noticeable actions that you can do beyond just like recommended actions. You can also, it will also suggest you to, like, thumbs up to your friend, or send a quick message like, okay, I'll be there, something like that. So I obviously don't have any smart, like, actually replies that I can show you to use for smart reply right now, but I will say it is a positive thing and a step in the right direction for Android 10. And so now there's a bunch of other features that I'm also interested in, and one I was searching for, and I'm gonna just pull up my the highlights here of Android 10 on my iPad Pro to show you, is this one, live caption. Now, live caption, the way it should work is it should allow you to be able to automatically caption media playing on your phone. And that includes media that you actually use for whether it's video you've recorded or captions for podcasts, audio messages, whatever. It will actually be able to live caption that in real time. And I do think that is a major feature. The one problem is it's not available right now, and it has yet to come out on any of the Pixel phones. So that is kind of a bummer. That would have been probably my fifth and favorite feature of Android 10. There's also a bunch of other features that still have yet to come out, including desktop mode. They have this like bubbles mode that's coming out soon. And one other cool one is Android theming. That's going to be really cool to see. But I will say, just from the two main feature sets here of dark theme and the new gesture navigation, these are two things that I feel make the Pixel phones at least far more appealing to, at least to me, and far more in line with the types of gestures that we would expect you to be able to use. And there you see, you can go back and forth. I just love doing this with this Pixel phone. And the Pixel 3a honestly has done a pretty good job of highlighting that. The performance has been better, I'd say, on this Android 10 version than it has been in previous versions. And I really don't feel like I'm using a phone that is only using a Snapdragon 670 processor. Everything's been fluid, very quick. It's been a good experience here on Android 10, and I can't wait to see when those other features are unleashed to be able to do a re-review here after a couple months on Android 10. Maybe not on this phone, maybe on a future Pixel phone. Pixel 4 anyone? We'll wait and see. But that's it for this quick video, guys. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching, guys. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.